Hi, welcome to our YouTube channel. You are a savvy home seller. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Nikki. I'm a realtor here in Huntington Beach, California.
And I'm Laura Palacios, a realtor and stager in Huntington Beach, California.
And today we want to talk about the basics of staging. What is staging? So take it away, Laura.
Okay, the basics of staging. Staging is really the process of getting your home ready to sell. Now, we're talking about the visual aspects of getting your home ready to sell, as in decorating the home with furniture, getting certain things on the walls, showing the buyers how the flow of the home is more properly utilized. Is that okay?
Yeah,
okay.
I think that's great. And one reason why we wanted to do this video is in the field, when we're talking to people or sellers getting their homes ready for sale, we'll mention staging as if, you know, it's everyday language for us, but people ask, what is staging? And it's really just basically putting furniture in a way that creates that feeling. And one way that I think people can relate to staging is if you've ever walked through new homes, like new home sales.
Like a model home.
Yeah, like model homes, they're always staged. And what's great about it is you can walk through and you're like, oh my God, this house is amazing. But really, for us as professionals, I don't know if you're like me, I'm walking through and I'm ignoring the furniture. But what's great about staging is you're creating a space that's showcasing the home. And I like when you say that, showcasing that home.
Yes. Yeah. You're showing you're showing off the key features of the home. If you're positioning the furniture, for example, towards a fireplace or towards a window, it really draws your eye to those features of the home. Yeah. And that's what we want to do, is highlight those things.
Exactly. And so someone like Laura, who's a professional stager and a design consultant, really, you can come in and do the whole project. And a lot of times, you know, you guys are savvy home sellers here on our channel. So you're maybe in the DIY space. Like, I got great furniture, I have great taste, I can do it myself. But one thing Laura and I talk about offline is that whole scope. I was telling her I had these sellers that were amazing, and they did hire me. I did help them stage the property, and then they had forgotten all about landscaping. So we were talking about offline, that scope of the whole project. Right. So Laura, tell us about the whole scope of the project.
Okay, so most of the time when people are talking about staging and thinking about staging, they're really only thinking and talking about the furniture and the decor. And because that's really what you're seeing when you go into open house, you're noticing that it's all perfectly placed and looking really nice, and all of the personalization of the people's personal items are not there anymore. Right. So it's kind of neutralized. But the whole scope also means getting the house ready from maybe painting, deep cleaning, like carpet cleaning, power washing. We talk about that in other videos. It could involve changing out lighting fixtures that are just too old or just too oxidized, changing out hardware, handles.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, even faucets. So there are all these other little items that sometimes we work on with a contractor, and it does help the real estate agent a lot to have the stager work with the homeowner and with the contractors to get the house ready even before you bring in the furniture.
Right. And speaking of getting ready, one thing that I like that you mentioned, not just today, but in general day to day, is really bringing you into that conversation when you're thinking about getting ready. I want to say too, and you can combine this in your answer, is not all stagers are the same. You might hire a stager that's, okay, I'm going to place the couch here, I'm going to place the TV here. Now they can see what the living room is going to look like.
Totally. They'll say, you know, call me when the house is deep cleaned already. Yeah. You know, and then I'll get it done in however many days.
Right, right. Well, and you and your services, tell us what you do. It's different.
Yeah, I like to come in really, really early on the listing presentation. You know, when you're meeting your client and you're coming up with a plan, like, what do we need to do to get your house ready to sell, and how much money are you willing to spend on that, and that whole thing. That's when I want to come in and help and assist on putting that plan together. What are the things that are worth spending your money on? What are the things that maybe, you know, you can afford to not spend money on, and that you're going to bring more return in actuality. Right. And sometimes you don't want to put too much work into the house and paint too much of a picture for the buyer, because you don't know what the buyer is going to want in their new home. So, you know, that's a delicate balance, but that's what I'm there to help you assess and figure out what are the things worth spending some money on.
I want to point out one thing that Laura said is that return. We as consumers, we not only want a return of our investment, but a return on our investment. And so Laura and probably other stagers, and your goal as a savvy home seller is really to get the most of that return. You know, we're not going to advise you, oh, go put in a new pool. No, we're not going to advise you to do something that is not going to bring that return, but advise you in a way that's like, hey, if you like paint these rooms, make all the paint neutral, etc., that's going to give you the best return as an example. So really, I think that's what staging does. If you're someone who's interviewing stagers and they're charging you thousands of dollars and they're just placing furniture, you know, I would recommend just do a little bit more research, hire Laura, or
maybe get a couple quotes from a couple different stagers and, you know, get their opinions and what they're advising you to do.
Exactly.
And some stagers just simply don't do any kind of deep cleaning services. They don't help you with the landscaping. They don't, you know, so you're going to
advise you.
So, you know, you're going to have to get multiple contractors. You might find a better price that way too. So that's okay.
Yeah.
But you know, it is good to interview different people.
Yeah. And to break it down, if you're a DIYer watching our channel, number one, staging is really basically putting furniture in a way that creates a flow through the property, that creates this space where we don't want to be looking at the furniture, but we want to be able to show the features of the home and decor, right? And then if you want to take it to the next level, I definitely believe you should be hiring a professional to advise you on colors and everything else. Thank you so much for joining us on this video. Definitely like and subscribe. We'll be here next week or in the following weeks for more and more videos. Thanks so much for joining us.
Okay, see you later.
Bye. Hey, thank you for including savvy home sellers in your next home selling project.
See you next time for more information on how to get your home ready to sell.
Like and subscribe.
And follow us for more savvy home seller content.
See you soon.